You just changed the battery in your watch, and now when you go to press buttons, it's silent. Okay, it's not all lost, so don't throw it away, because it's a pretty straightforward fix as long as you have the right tools, and I'm going to show you how to do it right here on Digital Casio. So the tools you need for this job are some little cutters, some little pliers, some tweezers, and a case opening device. Could be a screwdriver. And we're going to use some spring bars. You can buy these on eBay for as little as $5, so go ahead and buy some of these if you don't already have some laying around. Now, the thickness of the spring bar is important, so the thinner the better for this particular watch that I'm going to do today. So you're going to need to get inside the watch. In this particular watch, this is a DB310. It's 4 screws that's holding on the back, so we'll go ahead and remove these and then remove the back. Now on this DB310 you can see here that there are 2 holes. That's because there are meant to be 2 springs in this watch, which is kind of uncommon. It's usually 1 spring, but in this particular watch it's going to be 2 springs. And you can see here that once the springs are in, they line up with the piezo speaker on the back. We'll also go ahead and remove this insulator. Okay, so you can see here, it's a close-up, you see the 2 holes. They actually make contact with the circuit board underneath. This provides electrical current to the piezo speaker. With the spring bar, you're after the little tiny spring inside. So we're going to use a small pair of pliers, or if you have enough small pair of pliers, that's good enough. You're just trying to pull these apart. Here I use my little snippers and my pliers to pull these apart. Like so. And a little spring comes out. Now at this point you might want to do a fit check in one of the holes or both of the holes, but I know this is good, so I'm going to cut this one in half. Now you really don't want the springs to be too long, so these are just about right. They're just got to sit just above the module of your watch, enough to touch the speaker on the back. Now carefully pick up the spring and place it inside the hole. You may need a little pressure to get it in. If you're using the original springs, then there is kind of like a keyhole, so it's slotted on one side and your spring will have this little piece hanging out. Just push it in and twist. Now that both springs are in, let's do a quick check. We'll hold the back on and test it. And now we have sound again. And that pretty much covers the repair. It's just a case of putting the watch back together again. Being careful not to dislodge the springs you've just put in. So we'll place the insulator back in and we'll put the case back on the right way around and screw the 4 screws back in. Now I should say that handling these tiny springs can be a little awkward. They do like to ping around the room, so try and be careful when you're putting these springs in or even cutting the springs in half to size or whatever you're doing. So now that the 4 screws are back in and the case is back together again, let's give it another try just to make sure. Yeah, it's still good. So I'm happy with that. So I hope you found this video useful and that you've had some success in reviving your watch. Of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing because it does support the channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time, ta-ra!